it up?
Yeah.
All right.
We're on, pal.
Now-
There's already people waiting.
Now the question is, can they hear us?
Well, they can tell us if they don't hear us.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Yep. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop. I see the little dealie moving.
All right. Let me
Give
see.
it a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it. It's nothing but a shoot, brother. No, I don't want freaking YouTube Premium or whatever.
Daniel Price. Yeah, you're heard.
I'm heard.
What?
All right, cool.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Is it good enough?
Yeah.
So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. There it is. Cool. Jojo. What's up, Jojo?
You sick fuck.
Jojo. I hope you're feeling better, sir.
Yeah, man.
All right, let me go ahead and post this on the old Facebookies pages.
So let's see if y'all can get a good sound of this. Oh yeah.
Ay, papa.
This is just here for aesthetics tonight.
Yes.
And depending on how tonight goes, maybe this is just aesthetics for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. What are we previewing tonight?
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
You wouldn't know it if you're in Texas. How hot was it today? 86?
COMING.
Yes.
Okay.
We all know what kind of coming year used to.
I mean, you can tell what's going on with my autocorrect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, yours doesn't say ducking.
But all right, so posted on our personal Facebook page. Our
I was in San Antonio in February once, was hot as balls. I know, man. Fucking Texas. Is Daniel from you're from Houston? If you're from Houston, you should be going to San Antonio a lot more often.
Who are you?
Oh, really? Of all people?
Well, what did he say?
Fuck. Bandito got the virus.
Bandito?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The
Wow,
wrestler,
that's some
right?
breaking news. Yeah. That's gonna be
Omicron, Delta, or regular?
Dude, Daniel Price is watching us from fucking Virginia, bro.
Vagina.
Yeah. Wow. I'm fatter and flattered. Thank you, sir, from Virginia.
Winter, not wiener. Winter is coming.
Okay, good. We're still recording. Just wanted to make sure we got all that.
Wiener is coming.
Man.
All right.
Fucking Bandito, man.
Arnold sent us a text. Hey, are y'all going to start? It was right before you were done on there. I was like, yeah. Keep your panties on. He just replied, too late. They're off.
God damn it! It's gonna be that kind of party. That kind of party. That kind of party.
All right. I'm in. Yeah.
In that case,
what episode are we?
390.
391? 392? Where we at?
391.
391.
391.
391. All right. Well then. Live from the landing strip in Houston, Texas, is the 392nd edition of Houston.
391, fool.
First edition of Houston Wrestling Radio. This is Abel.
This is Chris. Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. I see we already have a few folks in our live chat. Awesome. If you're not watching this live on our live chat, you can still interact with us on Facebook, facebook.com/HWR. Or if you are watching this live and you just haven't logged in yet, what are you waiting for? Log in. That way I could see you here on my old handy dandy smartphone, and I could chit chat with you and involve you in the show and all that stuff as best as I can. Chris.
What if they're not watching us live?
Yeah, Facebook. Facebook.com/HWR.
Okay.
I said that.
Okay.
I thought I said that. I might have not said that.
Well, goddamn, Bobby.
God damn it.
We got some breaking news before we recorded.
Yes.
For all the live people that are going to be, there are people that are listening late on the podcast.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Rona's still going around.
Apparently, the Rona's still going around. Our boy JoJo got got. And Bandito got.
Bandito
Okay.
got.
All right, shit.
So that throws a monkey wrench in Final Battle that happens this Saturday. Where
Who is he?
He is the Ring of Honor World Champion.
No, who's he fighting?
Jonathan Gresham.
Oh,
that was supposed to be a good match.
Ah.
I'm not sure what the replacement is. Arnold, bastard. Dude, Roman ain't messing around, man.
I mean, you know,
it sucks for Ring of Honor because this is apparently the end of an era.
Yeah.
I saw on Facebook the promo video that builds up Jonathan Gresham, and there's like a lot of Bryan Danielson videos of him in Ring of Honor as the pure champion and shit. And wild speculation on my part, thinking that if Gresham wins the title, he goes to fucking AEW to defend the Ring of Honor title against Bryan Danielson. Because I dropped this a couple of episodes ago that there's a comparison between how Bryan Danielson right now in AEW is finishing off all these people with different submissions,
right,
and different finishes, and that's a page out of a story that Gresham's been doing up until Ring of Honor got the axe. Yeah. Up until this last weekend that's coming up.
Yeah.
But Gresham's been telling that same story, and he's a 21 version of Bryan Danielson of original Ring of Honor, and watching those two guys just turn each other into pretzels. Yeah. That anybody would pay top dollar to watch that. It sucks. Hopefully he still wins the belt, but I hope it doesn't turn out the way fucking Triple A did, because Omega was supposed to defend the belt against Hijo de Vikingo. And I'm still waiting for that match. That was supposed to be really good. Yeah. It's the replacement, to be honest, it didn't even make my match of the week fantasy list. Because it was Bobby Fish, Jay Lethal, Samurai del Sol, was it Bandito? And Hijo de Vikingo. And when you get those multi-man matches, you tend to forget when you're watching wrestling that sometimes those lucha libre matches, you gotta suspend like your whole fucking brain from your head. Like you don't suspend all the beliefs, you suspend everything. Yeah. It's a Mexican mess. But at the end, Vikingo won the belt anyway, which is cool for him, and everybody popped for it. But the match was like, eh. And if you're watching AAA, that's almost every match already. Is just like the tornado style rules and everything, no tags, and it's always one-on-one, and then at one gets knocked out, the next person comes in almost like a broken freaking WWE All-Stars game. It's like, eh. But it sucks for Final Battle, man. I still am looking forward to see what they pull out for Final Battle and how they end things. Especially they're gonna have a full live crowd in Baltimore. I think the show sold out, to be honest. But it sucks for Bandito.
We have 2/4 of HWR here live, and we also have 2/4 of HWR in the goddamn live chat.
Oh shit!
Arnold, Hector, welcome.
So when we stop at 9:30, we'll leave the feed running so that the chat stays open, and you two can do like a B-sides episode and like tell us how we're wrong about everything. Everything.
Jojo says Bandito was here for GCW so high, so I believe it. But I have a question.
Dígame.
What's the difference between GCW, local wrestling, and PFW?
One has money and recognition.
Which one's that one?
GCW. Game Changer Wrestling.
Okay.
Brett Lauderdale, I think, is the dude.
Why does that one have the recognition and the other two don't?
Because GCW's been around for like 4 or 5 years. Before Dark Side of the Ring, Scott and I were at a show we're at a MLW show in Dallas, and that same night or later on that night after those tapings was a GCW show, and everybody had the Nick Gage shirts, Kill Death Gang or whatever, MDK, Murder Death Gang. Everybody was rocking those shows. Like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, and I googled it a little bit. I was like, okay, and then just didn't think much of it
because
they've been around for a minute.
So is GCW just in Houston and Dallas, and that's it? Or
GCW is from. It's almost like the second coming of ECW. They're from the Northwest.
Oh, okay.
Northeast. I'm sorry.
But they just happen to have
they're
shows
touring.
in Dallas.
They're touring.
Okay.
and they have a consistent.
Oh,
They sell out whenever they come here. Whenever they go to Dallas, it's a small spot, but they sell out.
Yeah, because weren't they running in the same spot as Loco?
Yeah.
Okay, and that warehouse in off of like Harrisburg and shit. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, that's why I was like,
bring your own COVID.
Yeah. Arnold says ROH Pure title versus the FTW Championship battle of the irrelevant belts.
It's funny, but as a wrestling fan, Jonathan Gresham against Ricky Starks.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice.
That'd be nice. I'm sure that's happened at some point already, though.
Perhaps.
Probably some indie, Texas or Louisiana.
We might pop in a little bit more Ring of Honor talk later on.
Yeah.
Let's catch up on stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks. We were supposed to be here last week to do a preview for TakeOver. Well, not TakeOver. War Games 2.0. Mm-hmm. So we didn't get to talk about this. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear that Seth Rollins got tackled by a fan on Raw?
I was like, damn, that's the best thing that happened on Raw. And it's sad, you know. I know a lot of people were like talking about this looks bad on Seth and blah, 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 this and that. I go, nah, this is just bad on the IWC, bad on the wrestling fans, bad on the security. I mean, I don't know. I don't care too much about Seth, you know. No, in this respect, you know, I don't care that like Seth got tackled. I mean, fucking got snuck up on and he got tackled by some, you know, dude. That's it.
Snuck up on. Dude came from around all the way to the entranceway and then snuck up on.
Well, he didn't see him until he came around the corner, you know. So
he was giving shit.
Yeah.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
This is in the same arena in Brooklyn where the fan tackled Brett during the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Freaking Arnold.
You know? Oh, Arnold, we're going to beef a lot on today's episode. But, yeah, man, it just...
Where is Becky to protect him? Becky was about to come out.
There's fan footage that they took on cell phones, and there was Hunter outside in the dark, but you could see a silhouette. And then right behind him, Becky walked out like she was about to check on him.
Was it Hunter or Hayes? I thought it was Hayes.
I thought it was Hunter, but it's silhouette.
Well, whatever.
Any fat fuck, but
any fat. It could be me.
Well, I don't see you in Brooklyn.
Nah, that's true.
There's a lot of crazy shit that happens in wrestling, man. You know, crazy ass people too.
Yeah,
I would hate for WWE to be another one of those companies that do things retroactively instead of proactively. You know, if the dude is carrying something or if the dude was packing something, it could be a completely different fucking story. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, around this time is the anniversary of Dimebag getting shot and killed during a performance by a fan that jumped on stage. You know, you don't want to see it. Deaths in wrestling in general, you don't want to see that shit at all. But we don't. This new generation of fans don't really understand how much damage Chris Benoit did to pro wrestling, and you don't want this generation of fans to not want to watch wrestling anymore or have something negative tied to what they really care about. To have a situation where some dumbass gets in the ring, leaves the crowd and goes into the ring or goes into the ramp and attacks a wrestler or God forbid hurts or kills a wrestler live on television, you know, and it's hard to come back from.
Daniel kind of posts up a rebuttal on kind of what you're saying. Like, it seems like it's kind of in the spirit of, well, it's not going to happen in wrestling because he doesn't say that verbatim. His verbatim is, well, a lot of what happened with Dime was Phil was shooting off his mouth at some fan and they took it literally. To that, I reply, MJF. Like,
there's a reason why the band is on the stage and are getting paid to perform, and the people on the other side of the rail paying to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a reason why fans are on one side of the rail paying to watch, and there's another reason.
Right, but that's besides the point I'm trying to make, which is like you're trying to incite and elicit a reaction from the audience. So Yeah, like MJF will probably say something because he's known to not pull punches and fucking say shit. You know,
He called Darby Allin a fucking terrorist and shit, or school shooter or something at one point during their feud.
Yeah, so it's like, man, I don't want this to be like a thing now where it's like, okay, these guys are going to jump the railing, and because I mean, this isn't the first time that's happened, right? Somebody trying to fucking tackle Bret Hart during, you know, the Hall of Fame, you know, but like this guy seemed to have been the most successful that I remember. I guess it was because it was on the ramp and it was just Seth, and like Seth was on the ramp, lost his footing, landed on his ass, you know. But the other times when other folks got into the ring, they got their ass beat. This guy didn't really get his ass beat, and I think it was just because of the logistics of the situation where it was, you know, which sucks. Which I hope doesn't encourage other folks to do it.
That's the problem.
You know, like what Daniel's saying about Dimebag. Oh, Dimebag was running his mouth, you know, or Phil was running his mouth, whatever. Like, you tell me wrestlers don't run their mouths? I mean, fucking, what was it? Bubba Ray, like, said something about...
dude, those Heat Wave pay-per-views where he's, like, calling the mom the whore and teaching her daughter how to suck dick.
I mean, dude, he did that when he came here to Pasadena, where he said that, like, oh, my stomach's going to be on your mom's back. Like, God damn, he said that at PWA. At Booker's promotion. Like,
for the kids that didn't even get the reference.
Yeah, I didn't understand what he was saying. Like, I'm about to do your mama doggy style. Like, come on.
You know? We had this conversation in the chat. We're about to replay it, a little bit of it, just for the people that are listening. Do you like your Cody rare, medium, or well done?
A little blue.
A little blue?
Just a little blue. Yeah, that's it. That's all I need.
In researching that joke, I realized that it's not blood when you go eat at a restaurant. It's something else. The blood's been drained long ago. And the meat product.
It's just the protein and juices that are left in your meat.
Yeah. That I'm still learning how to cook. I haven't burned down the apartment yet. The extinguisher's still.
I like my Cody not on the menu.
And thank you for bringing that up.
God damn it, Daniel.
How hard is Cody trying to be cheered? Like, he did this in his hometown of Atlanta. The last time in Atlanta, I was there for him to do a moonsault off the top of their first cage match on Wardlow. And now this guy's trying to, like, set himself on fire. What did you think of the whole thing in general?
You know, I thought that this was the complete opposite direction, the opposite end of the pendulum from Sparkler Deathmatch, right? Sparkler Deathmatch, we expected, some shit is about to go down.
And then went far.
And then this match, I wasn't even really paying attention to this match. And I like AEW. AEW is the only shit that I'm watching nowadays. Mm-hmm. And it's like, El Idolo versus Cody. All right, cool. I don't have the Cody hate that everybody has. In fact, I don't really get it, other than people are just like bandwagoning on each other to hate Cody. Like, okay, whatever. I like Cody, but I don't think he's the best. I'm not sucking his dick, but I'm also not like hating on the guy, right? But I thought that this, like I said, was the complete opposite, where it was like I wasn't expecting nothing. This didn't really, you know, I was fucking playing on my phone. The match was there. Whatever. It's a bridge match between the other stuff with him and Malachi, and El Idolo's going to do some other shit with probably Death Triangle, Pac or something. Like they're kind of intersecting, but it doesn't matter. Brandy comes out. Whoa, what the fuck? Okay. Table comes out. Oh, all right. Man, what the fuck is all that shit on Cody's back, man? That's weird. I don't know. He must have had a real bad sunburn.
Andrade's shirt when he came out, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on there? And I don't know. This is weird. And then Brandy's setting a table on fire. All right. Whoa. What? That escalated way too quickly. What are they doing? Oh, obviously, this is just going to be a tease spot. No. Bareback Cody.
Inverted suplex.
Yeah.
With Andrade's face almost jumping into the flame.
Face going into the fire. What the fuck? This was unwarranted. Like, what? The story. You know, okay. And I thought of this before Corny said it.
And before I messaged it to you.
Yes. And Corny's right. Where Jim Cornette said, this shit should have not have been for this match. Because the feud is with him and Malachi Black. if there's ever a point where they really want to fucking Cody really wants to stick it and put the nail in the dagger, whatever you want to say, to somebody with this type of match, it's with Malachi. Not with El Idolo. Why did Andrade get that? Like, that didn't make no sense on this random episode. It made no sense. You're trying to get cheered, I get it, but what? Like,
and they didn't even work as far as if the motive is I need to get cheers in my hometown.
yeah, it got more like,
They're probably cheering because they got to see the spot live in person.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know?
but even then, it was more
Not to mention on a
shock.
stage that big.
It was more shock than it was cheers. It was more like, holy shit, like, wow, I don't know, man. I don't think. Daga says, thank you, Abel. What was in the matchup between Cody and Andrade had made it need to be the level of blood feud that you need for a flaming table. Yeah, it didn't need to be a flaming table. I mean, I wish that Corny did.
Or a different spot. The inverted suplex just puts people in. So if he's doing an inverted suplex, then why is Andrade's back covered in the retardant? His chest should be covered in the retardant, not his back. If he's going in stuff, if he's getting flipped,
I mean, maybe it was also on his front too, but all that shit was on Cody's back too. And again, I couldn't figure out what it was until I realized after the fact, oh, it was a flame retardant. Okay, cool. Yeah. How the hell are you going to wrestle with that shit on shirtless
for 20 minutes?
Hope it stays on there through the bumps and the sweat and all that. Like, motherfucker, put on a shirt. Like, damn. Like, if you're going to do this spot, like, I don't get it. Like,
actually said it best. If you're going to do that, go all out.
Yeah.
They Foley had layers of flannel. Bully had the muscle shirt. They just go.
Edge went through it shirtless though.
Yeah,
but Edge did it at Wrestle fucking Mania
in a feud that warranted that.
Exactly.
With a guy that warranted that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it made sense. Like the only way you're gonna beat the fucking hardcore legend is
burn his ass.
Yeah. And even then, he's the one that ate it. And when he ate it, he sold the shit out of it. He was traumatized. Edge, the rated R superstar, the badass who's going to have live sex celebrations on TV.
Looked like he saw a
ghost. He was leaving out of there like this, shaking, trembling. Cody and Andrade, both. It was like, oh man, that was a tough spot. And that's it. This changed Edge's career. Yeah. It changed his fucking career, dude. And this is just like, all right, well, we did a badass spot. Hope you cheer me now. Like, that's it. I'm sorry. I love AEW.
Cody got more of a reaction last night, teasing leaving in the heel tunnel before turning back around and going into babyface tunnel. Yeah. He got more reaction out of that than actually going, burning himself and going through a goddamn table.
JoJo, GC.
Oh, shit. Go back for the next variant in February.
Oh, yeah.
We got to watch a little bit of Broken Skull session.
You know what? That's why Charlotte broke up with him for doing that dumbass spot. Cinched his beard and everything. It's like, you know what? I don't like
his first time was supposed to be with her, huh?
Oh, that's what
it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
First impressions, 30 minutes, 25 minutes in. Broken Skull session with Jeff Hardy.
That was cool.
Any foreshadowing before we get to the next part of the
a little bit. Well, I don't know if it's foreshadowing as much as, man, you done fucked yourself, right? Because Jeff Hardy was saying it himself that this was his last shot, his last chance to, finally do something good. And it's like, man, you said that a week ago, and then the next week you're piecing out and you're chucking the deuce and walking through the fans. And you know what was weird is that I'm not sure if you caught this or if you drew the parallel. This seemed to be just like a throwaway, interview question that Stone Cold, said, where it was like, oh, what do you think about the fans? You might show up somewhere and it might be a lighthouse and maybe you don't want to go ahead and paint your face. And then Hardy goes, oh, the fans are mean everything to me. So I paint my face every time because even if it, there's nobody there, but there's that one kid that drove 300 miles. And, that's what I do it for. I just do it for him. And you do it? Really, motherfucker? You're going to do it for all that? And you said this is your last chance? And you're going to talk about, oh man, it's all about the fans, and I don't want to disappoint that one kid.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing. I don't want to disappoint that one kid by not painting my face. What you gonna disappoint everybody? Walking through the audience, chucking the deuce, and just getting yourself fucking fired by refusing rehab? Yeah, that's what you're gonna do? Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, Hardy walked out on a tag match over the weekend, and he got replaced on Corpus on Monday or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you, Daniel. I'm sorry.
What is
sorry. Daniel said people can dislike me for this. That's fine. But if I'm a promoter, I would have never trusted Hardy after Victory Road.
Ouch!
I agree.
Ooh.
I agree, man. Like, damn, dude.
What was the thing with the Ultimate Warrior when they brought him back for that run with Goldust and Jerry Lawler, where I don't know if it was kayfabe, but I remember the promo that they had a Gorilla's like, oh, we need an insurance bond to make sure that he shows up at every single event so he doesn't disappoint all you fans that paid a ticket to see him. There had to have been some kind of like, oh, let me hold your house, or let me hold this much of your contract for this 6 months or a year until you fulfill it without any issues, and then we'll give you the rest.
Yeah.
So it's a good faith that you'll, man, there's only one piece of defense I can give it, and I hope this doesn't give me away when I say this. I currently work at a job that will not be named specifically, that ever since we converted to this new culture has been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
And lately it's gotten to the point that it's affected my life outside of work. When you see that there's no stability within WWE, people are getting released contracts, they're getting cut, budget cuts.
Yeah.
Talented people are getting released. There's not really any merit to the document that you signed. If there's an atmosphere that your surroundings is not helping you, I don't blame Jeff for walking out the way he did. That's the only break I'll give him, because I got raises, I'm getting overtime, I'm getting paid mileage. There's things more important than money. You know, up to this point, Jeff is in a high-profile storyline with fucking Drew McIntyre on SmackDown. And we had the promo, the promo on Broken Skull that Jeff's like, I got one more run in me. I've got a solid idea. I've gone to freaking Michael Hayes. I'd never really go to Vince McMahon. Matt was always the guy that would speak up on behalf of the team, and now it's me that I got to do it. So I go in stages. This could possibly have been the solidification of his final run that could have possibly led to former. You were surprised? Tell them, how many times has Jeff Hardy been world champion?
3. I thought he was one, maybe 2, but when they said 3, I was like, are they counting his TNA runs? No, they weren't.
3 times.
3 times in WWE.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Possibly a 4th.
Yeah.
You know, and the fans, even now, he's 44. There's still fucking kids face painting. There's still fucking kids with the signs. There's still fucking kids with the armbands. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that shit. He had the opportunity to even get close to being where he was before.
Yeah.
But if the environment around is that bad that it's not helping him physically or spiritually, especially with a guy like Jeff, spirituality and mentality is a big thing for him. If that environment is not conducive to keeping him above ground, I don't blame him for throwing up the deuce. That's the only break I'll give him.
That's assuming that he's throwing up the deuce just because, like, he's disgruntled with what the hell's going on in WWE, which is the reason why I haven't been watching WWE, which is, I'm sure, the reason why some people aren't re-signing with WWE.
Yeah, but
I don't know if this is the same way, right?
But that's always the start, because when you've got a guy like Jeff's history who's acknowledged it on television, acknowledged it in documentaries, acknowledged it in books, and had his brother acknowledge it, that he's got depression and he's got alcohol issues and got drug issues, and if that environment, if it's not helping and it's pushing you to cope with the things that have put you where you've been your lowest,
your boy's calling you out.
Ah, shit.
JoJo says Chris still has the armbands in the bedroom.
Bathroom.
Ah.
Gotta rinse them out every now and then.
Yeah, what do you, JoJo, be doing with them armbands in the bedroom?
Man, you don't know nothing about that Team Cyanide life.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Get Wayne.
Yeah,
Get Wayne and Big John in here.
Daniel said.
Another one.
Daniel said what you had said when you noticed. You told it to me, and oh shit, I didn't notice. But Stone Cold and Hardy were the same way, like you and me right now. It's like, did you know Stone Cold had the beer and Jeff didn't? That's what Daniel.
I called him on it.
Yeah, he said Austin was drinking in front of him during the Broken Skull interview. I'm like, yeah. The difference is I don't drink because I don't like it, not because I got addicted to it and I needed to stay away from it. I just don't like the shit.
Yeah, I never said I like it either, but it helps me go to bed at least.
I go to bed just fine.
Well, shit, when you surrounded by pussy. I would ask you what you thought about War Games, but tell the audience how much of War Games you saw.
I didn't see shit. Dude, I tell you, man, I haven't watched WWE in like 2 months, 3 months now, however long it's been. Ever since the second episode of NXT 2.0, I stopped watching. Stopped watching. I haven't watched any WWE product at all whatsoever. And I'm loving my life.
Living your best life.
I'm living my best life right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, man. Like, I watch AEW. I go to the independent wrestling shows here, do my little ring announcer thing.
Fogo every now and then.
Okay. I get some food. Catching up on like different shows. I've been watching Hawkeye. Hawkeye's real good. I like it. Been playing other video games.
Time out.
There. Yeah.
I always get the vibe. I've been getting the vibe from the beginning that Hawkeye, it's surrounded by Christmas, right?
Yes.
I feel like that's a show that I'm gonna just wait till it's all out and I'm gonna binge the whole fucker in one weekend. I haven't watched any Hawkeye.
That's okay.
He's like the least interesting Avenger to me for whatever reason, but I'm sure the story's pulling at the heartstrings and making you want to wait for the next episode.
Yeah, I'm definitely like, oh man, I can't wait until the next.
Haley Steinfeld's cute,
Oh yeah,
she was great in the Bumblebee movie.
Yeah.
I got fucking Warzone. Is it Warzone? Not Warzone. Vanguard, Call of Duty Vanguard on Black Friday. Haven't even opened that shit. Haven't played it yet because I remembered why I hate Xbox.
Why?
Because you gotta download 70 gigs of shit before you can actually shoot somebody.
Well, it's the same thing with fucking PlayStation. It's any video game nowadays, man.
Not the Switch.
Oh, the Switch. Sorry. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, I've logged in so many hours on Hades, and I'm about to start.
I've been dying to get that game on the Switch, but I've heard so many good reviews.
Is so cool, man. I love that game, dude. It's like there's just 4 main stages. You clear the stage, you start over, and that's it. Every time you start over, there's different combinations of different shit. You have different weapons, you have different blessings, mix and match, see how far you can get this time versus the last time. Oh, well, I was using the power from Zeus. Oh, no, this time I'm going to use the power from Poseidon. Oh, how does that mix and match with the weapon I have? Well, this weapon's better for that thing. Like,
holy shit, it sounds like Mega Man.
it's fucking badass, dude. It's so good. And the story just goes. The story just keeps, every time you restart, the story still continues. So it's pretty cool, man. I love Hades. Oh, God. It's
Daniel hit it right in the head.
What do you say?
He goes with old consoles. None of that downloading a DLC. Bullshit.
Fuck out of here. Stuck in the past.
I'm guessing there's no fucking Wi-Fi in Virginia.
I guess not.
Ah, shit.
Well, it's because Virginia is for lovers.
Oh, yeah. You don't need electricity for that.
Just need
or batteries.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you do.
Okay, so we'll skip the War Games actual event.
Yeah.
Basically, the ending of the show was the 2.0 survives over Black and Gold, and then Gargano cuts the promo and he's gone. Kylo loses to Von Wagner in the cage match. And Kylo's gone.
I don't even know who Von Wagner is.
It was Kylo's tag team partner. They had tag title match at TakeOver against Imperium, which is match to be candidate. Okay. Where do you see Gargano and where do you see O'Reilly?
Oh, fuck. Dango says, yeah, no Wi-Fi. We all gather around the Waffle House and steal theirs. Oh, okay. Hold on. And while we're at it, making fun of other states, I had a
shit.
guy at work come in today, and he had an Iowa driver's license, right? So he tells me he was in Iowa for a bit. You know, he goes to a bunch of different states, or whatever, and he lost his, I think he said Louisiana driver's license while in Iowa. So to get a new driver's license, you had to get an Iowa license. All right, whatever, right? And so I'm putting in his information, whatever. And he goes, "Hey, you know what Iowa stands for, right?"
Oh fuck!
It's like,
no,
no. He says it stands for idiots outside wandering around. And I was like, I lost my shit. I was at work trying to be professional, and when he said that, I died. I was like, hold on. Wow. I was like, damn, dude. And he's like, don't worry. A guy from Iowa told me that joke. I was like, oh, of course he did. Idiots outside wandering around.
There's plenty of fields to do it in.
I guess so.
Yeah.
That's for all our Iowa viewers.
Viewer. Where does Gargano go?
Not ROH.
What? You're on a roll tonight. Let's put some butter on you.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's too easy to say any exciting wrestler that's leaving WWE is going to go to AEW, right? It's just too easy to say that. And I kind of don't want that to happen either, because I don't want AEW to get that, to fall in that same pitfall that WCW did, where they had this bloated roster of ex guys from WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it, and then their guys, their pillars, they're 5 pillars now, get buried and get lost, right? Because it's like, okay, cool, DDP is pretty awesome. Then DDP got lost in the shuffle there for a little bit, and it was like DDP versus the ex-WWE guys.
Yeah.
So it was like DDP and Sting and like who else? Well, we have this one guy from this tag team that was really cool. Let's push Booker. Like they were struggling to make their WCW fans, not fans, their WCW guys, talent relevant. They were struggling to do that, and I'm starting to see AEW doing that now. The thing is, and I've said this plenty of times, I don't care necessarily where they're all from, because AEW seems to handle them well. AEW handles Miro great. I don't think less of Miro or less of AEW because he's there. In fact, you like to say that they still have the WWE stink. I don't know. I think that stink is washed off of Miro, to be honest.
Yeah.
All that being said, I still want to see Brian Pillman Jr. to get his time to shine. And once we started bringing in Brian and Punk and, the XYZ and this and that and the other, where has been Brian Pillman Jr.? Like, I know he's green. He's green as dog shit. Like, well, no, dog shit's brown. But you know what I mean, right? Goose shit. Goose shit's green, right? Yeah. Baby shit. Like, he's green as hell. I get it. Give him some time in the ring. He's still babyface. He's got reasons why people would gravitate to him, reasons why he would be over other than his in-ring ability. I mean, goddamn, look at The Rock. The Rock fucking sucked in the ring, but he was great on the mic and had a great personality.
And
so
eventually
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't this sound like the musings of someone that didn't watch Dynamite last night?
I did not watch Dynamite last night. Yeah.
Because there was a segment with Varsity Blondes and Julia Hart's out there.
Really?
They're on the ramp and they're cutting a promo.
Well,
and
fuck my hot take.
Yeah, and guess what happened? I can't reach the switch, but the light went out. The light went back on. Malachi standing right there in front of him.
In front of Pillman Jr.
In front of all 3 of them.
Oh.
And then right to Julia Hart. The mist.
Oh.
The lights went out. They went back on. That motherfucker gone. And all the guys are ham-hawing over, oh my God, poor Julia, get some help, all that. So
Okay.
Getting there.
Okay.
Getting there.
All right.
I'm gonna throw some weird picks because the obvious sometimes isn't as fun. Oh, shit.
JoJo says, O'Reilly, AEW. Johnny Wrestling becomes Johnny Impacted or Johnny Sushi. Johnny Sushi?
You're talking about the wrong Johnny, fool.
Johnny fucking Gargano, not. Well, what is he now? Johnny Unemployed?
Yeah.
Yeah. John Morrison? Johnny ain't got no job. Johnny stuck at home with Taya Valkyrie doing nothing.
He kind of stole my thunder.
Oh, did he?
I've got Johnny Gargano
Going to Impact?
staying home.
Okay.
He's got the kid coming. Be there for the birth of your kid.
Yeah.
Take some time to yourself. Heal up. Relax. Enjoy the married life. Enjoy parenting.
Yeah.
And then he would join the U.S. side of New Japan.
All right.
The reason
Johnny Sushi. As
yeah,
JoJo
Johnny
said.
Sushi, yeah, California roll, literally. And I say that because
Taya is back? What do you mean Taya is back?
Ty is an Impact
Oh, an Impact.
and Triple H. She challenged. She was on Triple A, I think, and she challenged somebody for something. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Johnny Wrestling was probably like the top 5 in NXT as far as singles talent.
For all of NXT,
All of
I would
NXT.
say. Yeah.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Where would he be in AEW?
I don't know, man. That's really hard to say because you got Punk, Bryan, Guevara, MJF, now Cole. I mean, Fish is kind of getting jobbed out as Cole's helper, but he could be on top of
He's
the
getting
world there.
screen time.
He's getting screen time, but he could be on top of the world there.
Yeah.
You got Cody up at the top. You got Kenny up at the top, although he's out for right
Miro.
now. You got Miro up there around the top.
Trent returned last night, and he looks in phenomenal shape. If you're gonna stick fucking
Pac eventually's got to be up there somewhere.
yeah,
I mean, they're trying to push Kingston.
trying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I know your opinion is Kingston.
I know, I get it, but
But
he's still a
regardless,
top guy.
Yeah,
You know, like it's King
that's very
Crowder.
big of you to admit that, by the way.
Well, I'm a big guy.
Not as big as it used to be, though. Ah! So that's why I don't think. That's why I don't think another. And I don't say this as I don't mean to say this as an asshole, but another short 205 guy going to AEW, he'd probably get lost in the shuffle so fast.
He might.
You know, but New Japan with TJP, Leo Rush, you know.
Leo Rush is in AEW.
Yeah, but he's also doing New Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would think New Japan could bolster up some of the. He could bolster up New Japan a little bit more.
Yeah.
And if he can live in the West Coast, he'd be all right. Kylo. It's easy for AEW for him to go to AEW. If your priority is watching the Undisputed Era reunite on AEW, I get it. Kyle will have his role, which has always been his role, second to Adam Cole.
And at times he was second to Bobby Fish.
Yeah. And so it's easy for him if he understands his role and he's happy with that, just to be with the crowd and the roster in the locker room, he'll be happy with that.
Daniel.
But I'm not picking that either.
Okay.
There's a part. Read what Daniel said first.
Okay. Cole's getting booked worse than he was in NXT. It's not worth a discount Undisputed Era just for the sake of mediocre roles. Yeah.
I think they're teasing Undisputed Era too hard. I think the storyline going down the road is Adam Cole and the Young Bucks against Kenny Omega and either the Good Brothers or Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi if he lives to see the 2022.
Yeah.
Or Kenny and somebody else. A part of me really, and here's the love-hate relationship with pro wrestling. There's a part of me that still has hope
That's your problem right
Yeah,
there.
that's the biggest problem. You don't mean to tell me that you can't see Kyle O'Reilly on SmackDown with Roman, where he's at right now? Mid-card title feud with Shinsuke Nakamura?
I can see that.
You know?
I don't know if I can see him being a legitimate
A B
threat.
pay-per-view have a co-main eventing Roman and Kylo.
Yeah, man, but like, I don't, man. Do you remember how much teeth we had to pull to get D-Bry to get his shot before he died and then resurrected?
Kylo versus AJ on Raw.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking wet dream. Yes, but I'm tired, man. I'm tired of Vince McMahon being ugly to good wrestlers. I'm tired of it, man. Like I can't. You have hope, and that's precious of you. That's precious of you, you summer child, you. But no, you need to abandon ye all hope when you turn on WWE.
So here's my pick. I've got Kylo and AEW having nothing to do with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. I've got
What about what Hector says? Kylo and AEW, fuck Bucks, fuck all that.
Main event picture.
No.
What?
Kylo and Fish, Dragon.
Nah.
No?
No.
Damn, fuck you, Hector. Damn.
Yeah, you should have been here, fool. Fucking looking like David Lee Garza, and I'm all about Emilio Navarrete. But Kylo has always been the bridesmaid, and even in NXT, he was close to getting that getting there. I want to, dude, Kylo and Omega. Kylo and fucking Sammy Guevara. Fucking Kylo and Miro. Yeah. There's great matches that don't involve the young. Right now, Young Bucks and the tags. Kylo needs to be a single star.
I get what you're saying. You need to abandon ye all hope for that too. The reason why is because you just said it. He's always been the bridesmaid. The bridesmaid to who? Fucking Bobby Fish.
Adam Cole.
No, well, yeah. At one point it was Bobby Fish. Then he was bridesmaid to Adam Cole. But you got Cole, the main guy, who's the bridesmaid to Kenny, and then you got the bridesmaid to Cole being freaking Fish, and O'Reilly is gonna be the bridesmaid. He's fucking down that fucking line. Like he's not even a groomsman. A bridesman? What do they call?
Groomsman.
No, but for the ladies, what is
bridesmaid?
It? Bridesmaid.
Yeah.
He's barely a bridesmaid.
To make Hector feel better, O'Reilly and Fish join up with Daniel Bryan and call themselves American Red Dragons.
I mean, that'd be cool. You know, as much as
Kylo against Bryan Danielson, 1-on-1.
Yeah, that'd be badass. But it's too
Kylo versus CM Punk.
Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know if it's gonna be it's gonna get freaking. That was
the problem with
sounds. I mean,
that's a classic hit you could always come back to. So what's the point of blowing your load now? Why not have Kylo just ignore them for 6 months like Daniel Bryan and just do him? Have badass matches with people that he never got a chance to wrestle with, or the future of AEW.
Where?
In AEW.
In AEW.
And like Side Eye or Being the Elite or like promos backstage where they slowly start dropping hints of like Kylo's doing the promo backstage and you see Cole and the Bucks walking behind. Or you just subtle little shit, and at some point they clash backstage like, where you been?
Yeah.
I've been here 6 months. I've been waiting to talk to you. You keep avoiding my calls. You don't dress in the same locker room we do. Haven't seen your kids. Something to really tie it together that he's been really trying to do his own. This ain't Future Shock anymore. This isn't Red Dragon anymore. This isn't Undisputed. It's Kylo being a star.
Yeah.
The star that he was always meant to be in Ring of Honor. Never got a chance to.
Yeah.
Star he was meant to be in NXT. Never really got the big break he was looking for. And now he's in AEW. And then set that up so that when you get the feud, that's when it all happens. And then what the fuck? Kyle O'Reilly turned on the faces and he went to Undisputed after all this time. but just again, just the explanation, the 30 seconds, it can be done. But just because it's easy doesn't mean you have to have it so soon. Get there, build up to it, whet the appetite a little.
Ladies,
nah.
Gotta romance them a little bit first,
I know the variety isn't
Candles
much.
set the mood, you know.
I got candles.
Oh, you know, melt that wax first, you know.
Wait. I'm looking at all my records. Please don't say that again. Can't be melting that wax.
That's vinyl. That's not wax.
PC, close enough. I know the palette isn't big for you to pick from, but give me some match of the week candidates, if not a pick.
Oh man, I'm gonna need help, dude. I didn't watch AEW last night. It's definitely not the flaming table match with Cody. What else happened?
Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to help you out.
You're gonna have to help me, man.
Definitely promo of the week was the second encounter with MJF and CM Punk.
Oh yeah, promo. Yeah. You
Go-
said match, bitch.
If you watch, if you ever get bored enough or hate yourself enough to watch Takeover War Games, Imperium versus Kylo and Von Wagner was a pretty good match. It was actually really good. Wagner actually looked good in that match, you know. And then afterwards, when they lost, Wagner tries to turn on Kylo, and Kylo saw it coming and threw up the undisputed hand sign and shit.
I liked the Rosa match, the Thunder Rosa match from last week. I did. That match hasn't happened yet. The finals of the tournament haven't happened yet, right?
No, that's going to happen New Year.
Okay. But yeah, the quarterfinals or semifinals, whatever.
So here's where we get Arnold involved.
Okay.
I thought that last night's match between Riho and Jamie Hayter went way too long.
Okay.
It was getting good, but then AEW has this certain quirk about them being so indie wrestling that they blow through fucking finishers. And there's certain times when you watch AEW, AAA, New Japan, PWG,
GCW,
HBK Taker from WrestleMania 25 and 26, where at some point, holy shit, that should end right there. And they fucking keep going, to the point where it's like, okay, that match for me dragged on way too long. There was a spot where Jamie Hayter hit this wicked backbreaker on her own knee, like Uranagi on her knee.
So backbreakers were
bent Riho in fucking half. It looked awful.
Yeah.
But as a wrestling fan, watching it in that sequence looked brutal.
Yeah.
Should have ended right there.
And it didn't.
And it did. And then it kept going.
Okay.
And then she puts on like a clover leaf, but she's not really. You could tell it's not like, it's not locked in. It's not. You can tell that the purpose of that match was to build up Riho as like the underdog. But even then, why does every fucking AEW Dynamite television match have to run through a fucking commercial break? Can't we have a squash like Wardlow killing some dude and powerbombing him 6 times like last week?
Well, we have.
Yeah, last week, 1 in a million.
Yeah.
1 in a million.
Yeah.
And
there was also a tag where that happened too, where it was him and Spears.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, that was on Dark, wasn't it?
I don't watch the stuff on YouTube.
I actually did watch Dark this week. I watched Dark, but I didn't watch Dynamite. Go figure. Now that was because I had shit going on in my house. I really wanted to watch Dynamite, but yeah.
Finals of the Opera Cup, TJP versus Davey Richards on MLW a couple weeks ago was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's like solidifies the homecoming for Davey Richards. But I don't want to say this like an asshole. It's MLW. What are you gonna do with Davey Richards? Like, you really think you could want to see Davey Richards against Hammerstone? You really want to see Davey Richards against EJ and Duca?
I don't even know who that is.
You really want to see Davey Richards against fucking Samoan dude?
I mean, maybe. I mean, dude, I've played a lot of wrestling video games in my day, on and off. And there's some wrestling video games where you have like a career mode, right? And you have like the training place, that's bullshit. Then you have like, all right, you're making it through the circuit. And then you get the place that actually has TV. But then you get like the main place, right? Yeah. That like third level there, where it's like there's there's a bunch of scrubs, but a handful of like diamonds in the rough that are on their way up. That's what that is. That's what MLW is, where it's like a bunch of scrubs that probably shouldn't be there, but they got to fill out their roster. So you got like people that are like 2s and 3s out of 10s, and then you have that one guy that might be an 8 with a little bit of polish. He could be a 9 out of 10, maybe make it to the big
Jacob
leagues.
Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. You know, that's so. I mean, dude, if I'm gonna watch their show, I'm gonna watch it just for like one match. You know,
which is what I did.
Yeah.
The reason I watched was for the finals of the Opera Cup when I found out it was TJP. Which, to give TJP some credit, he's another guy that's kind of like going towards the highway of Will Ospreay, where he's slowing himself down and being a little bit more methodical in his movement instead of being just a human pinball like we've seen him in 205 and
like we've seen him for damn near a decade and a half. Yeah,
he actually his heel shit's actually pretty good. I was a fan. I actually want to see more of this TJP.
Yeah,
as opposed to what every other cruiserweight division in WCW almost.
Yeah.
Do I have a candidate? No. I mean, do I have a pick? No.
All right.
Yeah,
that's fine.
All right, let's go through what's happening next week. Let's start with Tuesday.
All right.
We'll run through this quick because you don't pay attention. Braun Breaker against Roderick Strong.
Okay.
And
give a shit about Roderick Strong.
Cameron Grimes. You still don't give a shit about Cameron Grimes?
No, I give a shit about Cameron Grimes.
Man, you need to watch this.
Oh, yeah?
Takeover. Cameron Grimes beat Duke Hudson, hair versus hair match. Duke Hudson got shaved.
Really?
So he came out on Tuesday with a wig.
Beautiful, handsome man had to get shaved.
Dude, a 2 all the way around with the 2 goatee and this, he'll even look better than he did before.
Look like that guy from Pornhub.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
Oh, you know. You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
The one that everybody knows.
Yeah. So they're having a rematch, no holds barred.
Yeah.
Grammy and Hudson. There's now that I've gotten over the fact that NXT 2.0, that NXT Black and Gold is dead. There's some stuff on this new roster that I like, but it's hard to figure out what kind of audience they're going for because it's developmental, but yet they're giving these weird ass characters that, knowing now that they get changed up again when they go to the main roster.
Yeah.
How much do you invest in any of that?
That's part of the reason why I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
in a good way, like you just watch it for what it is, or in a bad way that you just don't want to watch it at all because you don't want to bother.
I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother. You know,
I'm still on that other side that I don't care. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. I like the dudes with the jackets. I like the rednecks that got to know each other by bar fighting each other. I like Braun Breaker. Like I like everything about Braun Breaker except the name Braun Breaker. And they'll probably give him a shittier name when he ends up in the main roster.
I can actually agree with you on that. I don't hold that much against Braun Breaker. I think he's pretty good. It's just his name's stupid. And they kind of don't really reference who the fuck he really is, but they kind of are.
They call him a dog-faced gremlin.
Yeah.
And now in the last couple of weeks he's been barking, which he didn't do that in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just like his daddy.
All right.
Winter is coming eventually here in Houston.
Right.
But it'll be in Dallas.
It was 80 degrees today.
It's
December.
86.
In December.
Almost in the middle of December.
Yeah. December what? Today's
9th.
December 9th.
9.
A week past December.
80 degrees.
80 degrees. That global warming, bitch. This is a motherfucker.
Sammy Guevara versus Cody Rhodes for the TNT title. Give me a number.
Wait, what? Why?
Okay, so Sammy Guevara is out there on ringside.
Yeah.
And he's getting the promo with Shivani. And out comes Cody Rhodes. And he's like, it's open challenge. I'm just here to give you a heads up that next week. Is it next week or in 2 weeks? Maybe I'm calling this too far ahead, but either week. He's like, your next challenger is me. Shakes his hand. Sammy shakes his hand. Cody leans up to him. He goes, good luck, kid. And then he lets go and he teases walking into the heel tunnel before he turns back around and walks out of the face tunnel. Cody versus Sammy Guevara. If it's in Texas, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm torn on the number because on one hand, I want to be like, this is completely wrong move, rate it low. But on the other hand, I'm intrigued, so I want to rate it high. So like my knee jerk is what? Why? Cody's feud is with Malachi and I guess now Andrade, and this has nothing to do with the TNT title that he already won. And like,
well, he's already beat Malachi in the third match, so that's over with.
And I guess he burnt Crispy Andrade for no reason.
Yeah, so the Colonel's secret sauce.
Yeah,
so
you know, like he beat him up so bad that Charlotte broke up with him.
Yeah,
and
so Andrade will probably be in rehab with Hardy.
I mean, I guess. Oh shit. I don't know. Like I don't get it. And then the whole thing of it's not that I don't want to see Cody be fighting for championships. I don't want the Cody haters to have fuel to say, "Oh, see, he's just fighting for championships." His own like. It's kind of like I don't like the Cowboys, not because I don't like the Cowboys, it's because I don't like the Cowboys fans, right? So when the Cowboys are winning,
a la verga.
Yeah, Cowboys are winning. Oh, good job. But the Cowboys, we're going to the Super Bowl again.
You know, Dak and Zeke are great players. And they were in the fucking
Hall of Famer, man. It's now ever since fucking Deion Sanders. It did. Oh, goddamn, shut the fuck up.
We still got 4 more trophies than the Texans.
Yeah. Bitch, shut up. We're America's team. No, you're not. You're Ireland's team. Like, shut up. And like that. So I don't want the Cowboys to win because I don't want to hear from the fucking Cowboy fans, and I don't want Cody to piss off the Cody haters even more, so that the Cody haters have more shit to fucking talk about. And this is something that'll give the Cody haters something to talk about. So I'm like, no, but I'm also like, this could be a good match. And I'm not a Cody hater. I want to see Cody have good matches. So I'm torn, man. Since I'm torn, since I either want to give it a fucking 4 or a 9, I'm gonna meet it in the middle and go with 7.
That's middle. I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
I think Cody's enjoying himself right now in the fact that he went from being the Triple H of the brand to now being the John Cena of the brand. There's people that cheer him, and there's people that boo him. But you can tell the people that boo him.
Yeah.
Because they're the loud minority. Or
Yeah.
maybe the loud majority.
Yeah.
And Cody can still cut that one promo where he'd be like, I can't stand you, motherfucker. But goddamn, I still respect you.
Yeah.
And then the next match, they still boo his ass. Even if he loses a fucking leg next time.
Yeah.
He's still going to boo him because it's fun. And Cody's taking advantage of it. So it's easy to say that. But goddamn, dude. This could be, I don't want to say make or break, but this could be what puts Sammy in the next level of talent in the 4 pillars of AEW.
Maybe.
Go with Cody.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, the first match on AEW Dynamite was Sammy Guevara against Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So let's
That was a good ass match.
Yeah.
That kind of opened.
I hope y'all remember that.
It opened people's eyes to Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
You know, and that took a little bit of steam away from the haters of Cody when it was like barely rumblings, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Elite, when it could have been Cody and Kenny and the Bucks, where they're like, oh, well, you know, they shouldn't just take over a thing because it's their own company. And it's like, no, look, Sammy Guevara had a really good match against Cody. Oh, okay, Sammy. You know, but now it's like full blown out that way with Cody when I don't think it should have been. But yeah, that was a good ass match. Yeah. So maybe this is going to give even more shine to Sammy Guevara. And I don't mind shining on Sammy Guevara, hometown boy.
Yeah. I got Sammy winning.
I hope Sammy wins. I got Sammy winning.
The rivalry culminates. Serena Deeb, Hikaru Shida-san.
8. It's a cool little feud. The 50 wins already happened. So Serena playing spoiler part isn't there, but she's still like.
Well, she already did.
She already did the spoiler, but she wound up kind of creating a secondary women's feud that has nothing to do with the women's title, which I think is fucking cool. Because you see that.
Tri-Series feud because you have the tournament for the TBS title going.
But that's a title.
Yeah.
Right? You know, it's very rare that we see just grudge matches with the women that make sense, that have good stories. So I think AEW
and good matches.
Yeah, AEW is doing well there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm at an 8. I got Hikaru winning.
I'm at an 8 too. I would like to see whoever wins this match be the first contender for the hose title. Once they find out who the finals are and who is actually established as champion, because they basically took nothing. And when I mean nothing, they were the fucking like casino buy-in match for an All Out during the pandemic. And then they brought that back with the Hikaru possible 50th.
Yeah.
And you assume, hey, they're bragging that Hikaru's going to win her 50th match. They got a nice little like trophy and pendant and certificate for participation and all this. And wait, what? What? Serena turned heel and beat that bitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the backstage videos back and forth. I was like, where the fuck? This reminds me of
Juan, welcome. Make sure you wash your hands, you nasty bitch. He said, what's up, guys? I'm at work taking a shit. You're welcome.
Does it got that corn in it from yesterday? It's funny. Every time I eat corn, I always look at it and I say, I'll see you later. And then 24 hours, oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
This reminds me of Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
Okay.
They were almost stealing the thunder from whatever that title feud for the women was, because they had that badass match in Dynamite where they both beat the ever-loving fuck out of each other. And all of a sudden, they weren't talking about the women's champ. They weren't talking about the number one contender. They were talking about Britt and Thunder. And that put them both on the map. So right now, with this Deeb and Sheeta, they have the capability to be that next eclipsing thing where, oh, Britt Baker's cool. You know, she might be defending the belt against Riho for a cup of coffee, which probably won't mean nothing because it's not going to happen at a pay-per-view. And Britt's talking shit because they're all these runner-ups are fighting for like the second place belt, the TBS, the host title. And all that, and then before you know it, everybody's talking about fucking Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb tearing down the fucking house again. God damn it, Giggles.
I'm sorry, these guys in the live chat, they're just... Chris doesn't eat corn, he just rinses it for 22 hours, for 24 hours.
Candy corn. Nobody pays to eat candy corn.
Juan says, elite elotes for days. God damn. I'm done with y'all. Fucking.
Give it a few minutes.
Yes. I'm sorry. Go, please. Please.
Hangman, Adam Page against Bryan Danielson for the AEW World title.
You mean Wangman?
Wangman.
Did you see that they went and edited the font for the graphic so it doesn't say Wangman anymore?
Oh, shit.
So that little piquito that was in the middle that kind of made it look like a W, they inverted it so it's pointing down. So this part is flat, so it looks more like an H. It's not like that now. It's like that. But they're going flat across.
But they can't fix the hose title?
We did it. We're pulling them into them editing and fixing something. Good job. No more Wangman.
I need to go back and look at that.
Wangman is thrusting in the direction of the problem. God damn it.
Euro beat intensifies.
Yes. 9.
All right.
I know the question you're going to ask.
Why can't you bust that fucking nut?
At a 10, reason why? It's because this is Hangman's first major defense. I don't think that he's going to lose it. Especially since it's not at a pay-per-view. I get it that Brian's been doing this whole beating everybody in their hometown thing.
Kicking their heads.
Yes. I think that's a perfect build so that the heel will finally lose at the major babyface's town who has a championship first defense. They're not taking it off of Wangman. Wangman's going to beat him. Beat that dragon
with his wang,
with this big old wang, and
hop in his Tesla and drive on home.
If there was more ambiguity to it, more of like maybe Brian is gonna beat him or whatever, then I would have been like I had a 10. I got Wangman winning. I'm not gonna stop calling him Wangman.
Hose title.
Font is important. Letter spacing is important. AEW. God damn it. You ruined Hangman's name and you call the TBS title the hose title. Just have a fucking font specialist, a graphic editor. Look at your shit before you make it. Sorry, that's it. I'm done. Because of that, we have Wangman and the host title instead of Hangman and the TBS title. God damn.
Oh, Tony.
Font.
Tony.
What?
2-for-1 deal, bruh. You sign me, I'll bring Aaron Garcia with me. You'll never have these problems again.
You ain't no fucking graphic designer.
I know, that's why I bring Aaron.
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah, the real one.
Yeah.
I'm the booker.
Oh.
I book and he designs.
So you're a smart Mark Sterling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All the muscle is on Aaron.
Yeah. Brain muscles on Aaron.
Yeah.
The mouth muscles on me.
Ooh, oh, daddy. Ladies.
The
mouth muscle.
I'm at a 9.
Flipping my phone back over.
Ah, shit. I'm at a 9. I think the heel turn. I'm not sure if it's a full heel turn because I believe everything Daniel Bryan says every week. There's
I believe
a
it too.
stipulation where Hangman's ready to do something or Hangman doesn't do something, and Daniel Bryan calls him out on all this shit. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what this motherfucker's right?
Yeah, I think that makes a good heel. You know, I'm enjoying his heel run, to be honest.
I'm enjoying his heel run. I sadly to say, so far I think the Hangman run's a little flat because he hasn't had any defenses. He hasn't done anything with the title belt.
Well, he about to.
Yeah, but how long was All Out? Or no, how long was Full Gear?
5 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? Más o menos?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I think it's too soon to have this match, to be honest.
Too soon?
Yeah.
You were just complaining about how he hasn't had any title defenses. And now you're saying it's
No,
too soon?
he can always have a title defense with somebody in the ranking on television to build up to. You don't want to sell a fucking pay-per-view with Hangman and Bryan? You're going to give that away on fucking Dynamite?
But it's not Dynamite. It's Winter is Coming.
Yeah, like a fourth of their Dynamites have special names. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Okay, yeah.
but
Dynamite, Arbor Day. Who gives a fuck?
Winter's Coming. You gotta respect it.
I'm at a 9.
All right.
I feel like it's too soon for any of this to happen. It's too soon for Bryan to turn heel. It's too soon for Bryan to be in this match. And I think it's too soon for Bryan to win. Yeah, Hangman winning this.
All right.
Yeah.
Wangman.
That's so far. That's it for Winter's Coming. They might announce more shit on Friday, but it doesn't matter. He's just in it for the wang.
Wait, so the finals of the TBS title aren't on here?
The finals of the TBS title is going to be on the first episode of the new year, which happens to be on TBS.
That makes sense. The TBS title will be on the TBS show.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That bitch show. I got a feeling that they're gonna, and I wouldn't hate it at all. I'd give it to fucking Cargill. She's already owning the fucking gimmick.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Cargill wins it, and she's like, "I am not a hoe," and she changes it to something completely different, and that'll be an easy write out for everybody.
I don't think they're gonna acknowledge the whole thing.
They have to.
They're not gonna.
They have to. If
They're
they want to bring back the prestige of like television titles, they'll bring back the fucking old school like TBS logo in that little rectangle little font with the Turner Broadcasting home video logos on the side of the belts and shit.
Daniel says something that's interesting, kind of backtracking a little bit. He says, "I've got a hunch that TNT isn't liking Guevara as a TNT champ," and said, "It's time to put it back on Cody." What do you think about that? Do you think TNT
is it about Guevara that they don't like?
He said it's just a hunch. So I don't know. When you say I have a hunch, you don't need justification.
See, but the thing is, man, that's a good question. Because I'm trying to wonder how much pull TNT actually has of saying, you know what, we want to see CM Punk with the belt now. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Does Tony Khan just say yes, daddy, and does it whatever they want, or is Tony Khan still the one that has the pin? Like, what justification does a network have that, for whatever reason, Sammy Guevara is not clicking? I haven't heard any stories at all. This is the first I hear of TNT not liking Sammy as a champion.
Well, this is just a hunch. It's not a story.
Well,
this is
a hunch.
One
random thought bubble.
Yeah, one random thought bubble from some idiot in Virginia. But
well, Adam Page probably told him, so that's probably,
that's
that has to be true.
Yeah, it has to be
true.
But I mean, yeah, you gotta think about it. How much input do the networks have? Because I just said it right now when you were talking about the TBS title and how Cargill is not going to refer to it as the hose title, even though when you look at it,
that
it says hose.
show.
Yeah, or that bitch show. Like I would bet TBS would be like, yo, we don't want you referring to our network name as that. You know, like I can see that happening, but does the line end there, or do they have even more? Hey, this is our brand, our name on your title. You know, like how much stake do they have in that? I would think it's something kind of like similar to whenever companies license out their names to like arenas and shit. You know, Minute Maid Field. I mean, they don't have say so in whether or not they re-sign fucking Astros re-sign Carlos Correa, but like there's some really bad press going on because of it.
We don't want you fucking drinking Simply Orange in our stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, or if like some Astros come on and just start saying, "Oh,
Tropicana to suck my dick,"
or like, you know, "Oh, this Minuteman Field because we're like quick or some bullshit," you know, like, hey, quit messing with our brand, with our name. I know this, you know, like you'll never see any Astro get on there and call it the Juice Box. We call it the Juice Box, but Minute Maid is like, yo, you need to refer to it as Minute Maid Field because we pay the money. You know, so it's like, how much leeway is there? How, you know, where's the creative control?
Here's a thought bubble. Say somebody goes too far on television, and the next week TNT says, "Well, you're off our channel." Would AEW survive on YouTube? If Dynamite was Wednesday on YouTube and they get ad revenue from like soccer, where they do the ads on the corner or they do commercial breaks live on YouTube, and they still hold their 4 pay-per-views a year. Do you think AEW could survive on that kind of platform if, for whatever reason, just like one day Time Warner said, we don't want wrestling on our books anymore?
No.
Why?
Look at Impact. Impact lost a lot of its fan base just because it got shitty for a while. But after it stopped being shitty, it's actually pretty good. The product ain't that bad. But it's on a channel that nobody knows about. Channel is important.
Or a channel that they don't have a subscription to because of their cable access.
Look at ROH.
Everybody got YouTube.
ROH is fucking good. ROH
isn't on Twitch. ROH isn't on YouTube. Even their website's a week behind at least.
Yeah.
And they already have a footprint with Dark and Elevation Monday and Tuesday.
No. I don't know. I don't see it.
If it went that far, you don't see it.
If it went that far, yeah, I don't see it. Okay. Now that's if it's just TNT, right? Or if it's
Turner Broadcasting Station, so that's TNT and TNT.
Oh, it'd be both.
It's everything.
Then yeah. No.
Okay.
You have the best product in the world, but nobody sees it. If a bear takes a shit in the woods and I'm not there to sniff it, you know,
then you got COVID. Right, JoJo?
You know, JoJo isn't responding anymore in the chat, so you know.
Gotta send in those rosaries then?
Maybe. Shit. Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah. Father, son, House of Gucci.
House of Gucci.
So on the way out, do you still own any WWF or WWE DVDs?
Yes. A fuck ton. DVDs and Blu-rays. I got a bunch of Blu-rays that I never even opened.
Why do you have them?
Because before the network, that was the way that I'd be able to go back and rewatch some shit. Now, most of the ones that I have were not pay-per-views, right? Most of the ones that I had were the documentaries, the retelling of the story, the best of so-and-so, the best of this, you know, that stuff. I did have like several WrestleManias on DVD because they were WrestleManias, and I wanted to start collecting Royal Rumbles, but I never did. But most of my collection, which is a big fucking collection, is best of documentaries, rise and fall of this and that kind of thing. But huh?
You have a favorite? Or a couple favorites that you can't pry out of your cold dead hand?
I can't say that there's one that I've watched enough times over and over and over to say it's my favorite. I like them all, but all for different reasons. But the view count on all of them at minimum is 0, because like I said, there's some that I haven't even opened. But then the view count maximum is probably like 3, and that might be the Brett documentary or something.
Of course, they would be.
Yeah. I want to say that there was a best of a certain year, and I can't remember what year it is. It's like 2014, 2012, something like that. Best pay-per-view matches of that year, and it had Punk and Bryan.
Over the limit.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever year that was, because they had that and a couple other matches. I was like, yeah, these are some good matches. I also have TNA DVDs, some TNA ones. Best of Christian Cage. That's a good one. So stuff like that. That's what I had. But when the network came out, and I wanted to throw them away.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't sell them because all the other fucking marks had the fucking network too. So just collecting dust.
Yeah, I've got mine boxed up in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Mostly documentaries because, again, the nerd in me wanted to learn everything. I've got most of the wrestling pay-per-views are only the ones I went to.
Okay.
So I have Victory Road 08.
Yeah.
I have WrestleMania. One of my pride and joys. I have WrestleMania X7 on VHS. And No Way Out of Texas 98 on VHS.
Nice.
I think I had all the Royal Rumble ones, the anthologies. They had anthologies of Royal Rumbles. And then they started releasing anthologies of WrestleMania. The anthologies of WrestleMania, I think I only bought 16 through 20 because 17. And they're like 2-sided DVDs. Yeah. So it's one side of the DVD and then you flip it over for all the extras and shit.
I had 11 through 20.
Yeah, 11 through 20.
I still have it. I just don't have 1 through 10. And I really want 1 through 10. Well, because I really want 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pride and Joys. X7 VHS. No Way Out 98 VHS. The Rise and Fall of ECW. That sold out so fast, and they never really reprinted it. And for a while on the network,
I have that one.
There were a lot of documentaries that they didn't have.
Yeah.
So they were trickling on some here and there. So Rise and Fall of ECW. 2 shorter ones. There's a Cheating Death, Stealing Life, the Eddie Guerrero.
Oh,
it's
cool.
like 90 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's really good. And also equally as good, but in a negative way. There's also one about Chris Benoit leading up to WrestleMania 20 where he finally won the world title. And it kind of cuts off after that. But it tells his journey through Pegasus Kid.
Yeah.
Through WCW and then to WWE and then all his shit that was going on.
There was a good Triple H one that I have too. I just don't remember the title of it. Because one of them is good and one of them is like not good. And I think one of them was just called King of Kings. And I don't remember the title of the other one.
See, because there's some like releases. Like I have a Rob Van Dam one where I was hoping for it to be like an hour and a half documentary.
And it's just the matches.
It's matches, but in between the matches, there's like anywhere between 2 to 10 minutes of RVD talking about the next match coming up. Where if you edited out the whole 2 discs or 3 discs, you can get a good 35, 40-minute little documentary of just RVD's matches and just hearing it.
Yeah.
But so like I know there's several Undertaker ones, but they're match collections. They're not actually of him, which is weird because towards the end of Taker's career, he's on like 4 or 5 different like wrestler documentaries, and I'm thinking, did nobody sit down with him for a day and just go through his own career? Like I want to sit me down in the theater for 2.5 hours of nothing but fucking Undertaker. How we got from fucking USWA all the way to him ending WrestleMania 30, what was it, 35, 36?
Whatever.
Survivor Series 2021, 2020, in the pandemic, all that shit.
Blood money.
Yeah. We mentioned that because Survivor Series is the last one that just passed, and they aren't making any more releases.
That, you know what? I wouldn't shed a tear, and I wouldn't be like surprised or even give a shit at all if the network was still the network in all its glory. Now that it's like Peacock and it's not what it was, before the Peacock sell, I'm like, that fucking sucks. If anything, I kind of wanted the DVDs and Blu-rays to make a comeback now that like
vinyls are making a comeback and
yeah,
cassette tapes are making a comeback.
Like either fucking Peacock needs to like really just blow its load and have everything from that work on there available, or you start giving me DVDs, you know. But
can I give you a third option?
Sure. Pirate it, you fucking bastard. Is that your third option?
Technically. Subscribe to a VPN and just download the WWE network from overseas. From overseas, and it's basically the same thing that you have.
But that's only going to last for how long? As I'm sure at some point Peacock's going to get their tendrils into the overseas market too, and they're going to be like, okay, we're going to have Peacock UK and Peacock Australia and Peacock Japan, and then you get rid of the WWE network over there. The only reason why they still have the WWE network the way they do now is because Peacock isn't the same there over the seas. So
Sky Network, BBC,
and
other stuff.
Hector says that he has a TNA 2004, which has a Genesis, Hard Justice, Bound for Glory, and Victory Road all together.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing the next couple of weeks, wrestling-wise? Do you have anything planned?
This Saturday is UPW in Bay Cliff, Texas. We are going to have a dog collar match between Super Duperon and former UPW heavyweight champion Jesse Logan. Jesse got beat in Brazoria for the title. Now Jason Sullivan is the heavyweight title, and Blade Enterprises couldn't be any happier. Johnny Blade's happy, and Johnny Blade's like, hey, well, if you want any shots at this title, too bad. You're fighting Dupe in a dog collar match because him and Dupe have a bad beef, and he's not going to let him go against the title holder. So pull some strings. Now we're having a dog collar match.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those don't happen too often.
No. So this is going to be fun. And then DZW is on the 18th. So the following Saturday out in Brookshire, Texas at the Hanger Unity Center.
Brookshire's west and Bay Cliff is south?
Correct.
Okay.
Now the DZW, the one out in Brookshire on the 18th, that is going to be our yearly Tugboat Taylor Invitational Tournament. The whole night dedicated to the man that trained most everybody that's a part of that scene. And if you weren't trained by Tug, most likely you were trained by somebody that was trained by Tug. There's basically two major circles in Houston wrestling. There's the people that were trained by Booker, the people that are trained by Tug. Pretty much.
And for a while, they were both down the street in the warehouse district, right? Back in the day.
I'm not sure exactly where Tug's training facility was back in the day, but I believe you. If you tell me that's where it was, I'm like, okay. But yeah, so the invitational tournament's going down. So I believe the winner of that receives a title shot whenever they like.
Oh, nice.
So there's stakes, and it's for Tug. Also, since it's during Christmas, they're doing a Toys for Tots
drive.
Toy drive at the show. So come out to the show, watch some wrestling, bring some toys. We'll donate it to Toys for Tots. So that's next Saturday. Oh, I forgot to mention about this Saturday at UPW. Santa is going to be there. So if you want to take pictures with Santa.
Man. That's it.
That's the show.
Anything else?
I'm good. I'm tapped out. I got to go to work early tomorrow.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll preview WWE Day 1. That happens New Year's Day.
And we got to figure out when we're gonna do the 2021 year in review. Got to get Hector and Arnold. We got to get their schedules pinned down and our schedules pinned down, so we can figure out a weekend for us to get together, watch the matches of the year, and
just 4 matches.
Pick a match of the year.
Just 4 matches.
Just 4 matches this year. Yeah,
just 4.
All right.
Yeah.
Until then,
that's it, brother.
Adios, my friends. Keep it classy.
No glitches at all.
Hell yeah.